welcome to the Lone Star State and Houston, Texas. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, this was once Clutch City. Now it's no doubt the land of threes.
Oh, Ed, do you smell that? There's some seasoning going on out there. There's going to be some cooking tonight.
It could be sizzling here this evening. Let's get ready for the opening tip. It's the Sixers and the Rockets. Trust the process, Jay. That phrase is now embraced in Philadelphia. But you look at a guy like Brett Brown, they won 10 games a few years ago. He carries a world of experience into his head coaching stint in the NBA and now has a roster that's loaded.
He's been waiting his whole career for these transformational players like Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid. And think about this, Ed. The patience that upper management has had with the 76ers in regarding Brett Brown has been incredible. Now, there's been a change of management over his tenure there. But his first 3 years, he was 47 and 199 as a head coach. Coaches with those records never stay around. But when you start to trust the process with the likes of Ben Simmons and Embiid, it makes the game quite different.
Capella to Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. They get it down to Harden. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
To Anthony. Beyond the arc for three. His first effort off the mark. Paul across the timeline. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Nice pass to set things up.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
To Anthony. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. Missed his first. That one goes.
No fading on that shot. Strictly up and down.
Fundamentals 101. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Chris Paul trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 86% from the line. Paul's free throw, good. A three-point play as the Rockets add to their lead. Butler to bring it up. They're down three. Fires the three, and the Rockets clear the board. To Harden. Stuffs it down with authority. The way he gets to the line, you have to respect every part of his game.
He is an occupational hazard for referees. He's the MVP.
What's up, man? And heated bad loss to Hawks, and they suck. One of the worst offenses in the league, and we let them score over 1-0-0. Emoji pounding face, emoji pounding face, emoji pounding face, emoji pounding face.
Sometimes it looks like he's not locked in, but think otherwise.
Let's be honest. Sometimes he is not locked in when the ball isn't in his hands. But do you need James Harden to be locked in 100% of the time? No, you need him to be locked in 95% when he has the ball in his hands. That's when something spectacular is going to happen offensively for your team.
Butler into the front court. Right now, down 7. And the finish at the rim.
This game is so mental. Trust me. Some nights you get poor effort defensively, you can't make any shots, then you see the ball go in, boom, switch turned on.
Harden, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball.
Brett Brown needs to be fired, and sick of this. The Sixers are good, but like the Cocktees to do well in the playoffs. And it shouldn't be like this at times, cause we have a big three in Embiid, Simmons, and Butler.
I know. The Sixers lost to the Hawks. The Sixers lost to the Hawks tonight. Ball to 27-16. 43 games left. Well, 47 games left. 43 games in the season. Yeah, I know, man. I don't know.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions.
We lost against the Hawks.
Making changes.
I don't know about losing against the Atlanta Hawks.
Embiid.
We lost against the Hawks, you know.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to lead the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To P.J. Tucker.
Ed, you ready for another fun fact about the Houston Rockets?
Let's do it.
Okay, the team was established in 1967 and was given the name the Rockets because San Diego was the home to many space-age manufacturers. When the team eventually moved to Houston, the name still fit, giving Houston's association with NASA.
Wow, so Houston, we have a problem?
There we go, let's go Philly.
Associated with space?
Carmelo.
Are you saying that because Carmelo Anthony's in town?
Good.
No, Apollo 13.
That was nice. Let's go Sixers.
I shouldn't expect perfection, but damn, we lost against Hawks, who is the worst in the league, and lost to Washington.
Yeah, what about that? The Wizards are in rebuilding mode. The Hawks,
with a chance at a 4-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter.
Which should have been a win in the Cavs too earlier.
He converts on the free throw.
Yeah, well, I said we should have won. That should have been an easy W for Philly against
Houston
Atlanta.
takes over. Count the bucket for two. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
New York Nets.
So Harden slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out
Like
in
we
beast
should
mode.
beat all
You
these
attack
teams
that
could
paint,
hurt
you
us
get
in
to the rim,
standings.
inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock
You're right
down some
about that.
threes.
Yeah, you need all the wins.
Joel Embiid, 2 for 2. That's what you
Even
want.
the easy teams,
The
we
defense
need
is
to
doing
win.
such a
Even
good job of
even
denying him the
teams
ball
that's
and
considered
really getting
boring,
in his
you
pocket.
still
But he
gotta
got
beat
that
them.
one to go.
Because
Nothing
later
going
on,
here
you're going
on
to need
that
those
drive.
standings. You know?
It's denied by Embiid.
They're going to need that in the standings later on. When they get seated.
Converts
for
in
the
the
playoffs,
paint.
it's gonna come back to
Nice
hurt 'em.
finish at the rim.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
So I hope that
Harden. Tough
Oh,
shot. He
my
hits.
God.
Let me tell you how this one goes. It
Oh,
ain't no
my
fun if the
God,
honeys
yo.
can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Just inside the arc. At the buzzer.
Hank. Oh,
Ben
like
Simmons
out with
at
Harden,
the line
man.
for 2 shots.
Dang.
56% for his career. First free throw is good.
I like that.
Made that.
Goes
There you go.
2 for 2 at the line.
Good shot.
Long key from 3/4 court. First quarter's complete. The Rockets with the lead.
Oh, by the way, Philly's meeting with Harper tomorrow in Las Vegas. I heard a deal is coming in or working out a contract. I don't know if you heard, but I
If
hear.
anything on this game, Ed, you have to expect the unexpected.
Oh, okay.
When players have range that extend outside the gymnasium, we're going to get a chance to watch something special.
It's no good. Shots not going down. On the follow.
Oh,
Way to
Philly.
stay with it.
Yeah, I'm
Great
gonna check
job
into
using
it.
that shoulder to create contact with the defender
Then the
without
Phillies might be
hesitation.
coming across the field.
Fultz over to the right side. And the rebound comes down to the Rockets.
Okay, the Phillies. I wonder who's
Paul.
going to be in their lineup next year.
And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter.
Did you
Has
hear
shots
about
each and
that?
every one of them.
No, I didn't hear about it.
Oops, he missed the first one.
Okay, Bryce Harper tomorrow. Okay. Okay, the Phillies are meeting up with Bryce Harper in Vegas. Oh, that's
And
a
we
good one.
could still get Mercado too.
Yeah, from the Dodgers. Macaro, yeah, from the Dodgers. Oh, that would be nice, man. Oh, man, Bruce Harper. And oh, man, that's nice. Yeah, man. I
Second
hope
one's good.
if the
Splits
Phillies
the
can
pair.
get both of those guys, man, with Andrew McCutchen. Yeah, man, we might be talking about playoff run next
Markel
year
Fultz
for the
terrific.
Phillies.
4-3. That's
So-
off the side of the rim, no good.
And look, sometimes
You
you,
know, that
don't
might
have
be
it
good for
going
the
every
Phillies
single
next-
night. Maybe utilize
year.
yourself as a decoy
Oh, yeah, I
and
can't
get
wait
some
for baseball
teammates
season.
involved with your passing.
End to end on that
Can't wait
one.
for the Phillies. Get the
94
Phillies
feet
back on
for
the
the
field.
basket.
It looks like he's
Get the
using
Phillies
his
back
ball
on the
handling
field.
to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true,
You know?
but he's also finding his rhythm.
That's crazy, though. Dang it.
Markel
We should be
Fultz.
up-
He's finally on the board.
We
Makes
should
his
be up by more
first shot.
points than this.
I don't know if the scouting report has
we're
made its way
down.
out here yet. but if
Yankees
anything, it
haven't
says you
made
need to
offer.
not
I
let him
heard
get that
so
close to the
Mercado
rim.
it comes
Harden
down
to
to Phillies
Paul.
and White Sox now I heard.
Well, the Phillies better pick them up. You don't want the White Sox.
Not going down here. Nene
We don't want the White Sox to get that deal.
to Fultz.
So the Phillies better get that deal, man.
Layup's good.
You know?
Those are the types of shots you always strive
I'm
for.
going to say the Phillies better go for
I'm
it.
not sure that wasn't an offensive foul.
We don't want
But
the
take it when
Chicago
you can
White
get it.
Sox to work
Paul
out, man.
to Harden. Rebound taken
Good
by
deal
the
on James
Sixers.
Harden.
Fultz. A pass taken away by the Rockets.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Knocks it down from mid-range. Can only imagine
Damn.
how frustrating that is to
James
stop.
Harden
It's
can't
beyond
stop.
an arduous task for the
Oh,
defender. I'm
my
getting frustrated
God.
even talking
James
about it. Let me
Harden.
tell you two reasons why. Number one, he's been top 5 in the league since the 2012-13 season in free throws attempted per game. That's pretty impressive. Will make any defender hesitant. And number two, whenever the league implements a rule about you called the Harden rule for his knack for drawing cheap fouls, that's going to make any defender have a difficult time guarding Mr. Harden.
Yay, White Sox suck. Why would he want to go there? LOL.
Yeah. You know what? That would be a money thing. If they want to go there, that's a
We have
money
both
thing. They want to
squads
go
set
to
to
the
make some moves right
White
now.
Sox.
Out
It's
of
a
both
money
teams in Chicago, I'd prefer Cubs over White Sox.
Markel Fultz.
Oh, yeah. I prefer the Cubs, too.
Here's a chance from long range, and it's
Yeah, I'd rather
Capella
go
with
with
the
the Cubs.
rebound.
Than the White Sox. Yeah, the Cubs are way better. They won the World Series a couple years ago, the Cubs.
With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Paul.
Yay, not only that I
Has a look.
respect the Cubs over White Sox, if always
Shot by
like the
Paul. No
Cubs.
good.
Yeah, the Cubs is nice. I like the Cubs.
And the basket good at the rim.
The Cubs is a good
In the
baseball
paint,
team.
you
I
need
think
to
they're way
finish.
better than the Sox.
Just like
And remember,
that.
they won the World Series.
James Harden
The
at the
Cubs
controls.
won the World Series the year back.
To Capella.
The Cubs. People
Tucker.
forget.
Harden. Won't go down. In
A
the front
Phillies
court
fan
comes
of,
Smith.
but if I wasn't
Trailing
a
by
Phillies
4.
fan, it'd probably
Great
be a
looking
Cubs
vision.
fan.
Yes.
Oh,
And
definitely,
a foul.
Chicago.
He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And
Yeah,
I
the
love
Cubs
the
is
smile
nice.
on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes
Chicago
luck is on
Cubs,
your
man,
side.
they're up
I don't
there.
know how that shot went in. But
Statistic-wise, they're pretty
Looks
good.
like both teams are making substitutions.
Yeah, the Cubs are very good, statistic-wise. You know, I would be a
J.J. Redick at the line for a chance at a three-point play.
I would be,
for his career, 89%.
Chicago fan.
Free throw's good to cement the three-point play. The lead is back down to 1. Rockets in control of the basketball. Paul to Harden.
Get on them. Get on them. Don't leave nobody open. Get up.
Driving
No,
right to
oh
the
my God.
basket. Down the lane to lay it in.
All right, well, at least
No doubt about where that
we're
one was
down
headed.
3. We're still in this thing.
In glad they won a World Series. They are like the Eagles of the MLB. They waited the longest
I like
for a
seeing scoring
championship.
coming from unlikely
Yup, just
sources.
like the Eagles, the Cubs, yup. Yeah, man, they waited a long
Harden
time
in
for a
possession.
championship,
Under a minute to go before halftime.
you know?
Paul.
I
to
felt
Harden.
bad for them for a while.
Yeah. Yeah,
Fires the three. Not getting the bounce.
yeah, Chicago Cubs, they ain't win nothing
Butler
for a minute.
to Fultz.
It's been a while since they won a championship.
So they deserved it.
Markelle Fultz.
Yeah.
3 for 3 in this first
Definitely.
half.
Well, when you play
Just
for
like
each
the
other
Eagles
and
haven't
not just
won-
for yourself,
We
that's
haven't
when
won a
great
Super
things
Bowl in
happen.
decades.
You essentially lose yourself
You know,
in
it's
what
about
the
time
team
the
is
Eagles
trying
get
to
better,
accomplish.
man.
It's called unselfish basketball.
You know?
And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Redick.
Damn.
To number 17, P.J. Tucker. That's his first personal foul.
J.J. Redick. He's going to get 3 shots here. Hasn't missed yet. First one goes down. Second and 3. Got it.
Wouldn't you agree
And
the
he
Cubs
hits
are
all
like
3
the
free
Eagles of the
throws.
MLB?
Yeah, the Cubs are.
Here's Paul. Controlling
Yeah, the
the
Cubs
offense.
is like the Eagles, yeah. Yeah, they are. yeah.
And he'll
Yeah,
go
the
to the
Cubs
foul
are,
line.
yeah.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create
Yeah, the Cubs are
contact
like the
after
Eagles.
the jump. That's how you
Of the
get to the free throw.
MLB. Yeah, you're right on that.
Clint Capella, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 48%
Cubs,
free
like
throw
the
shooter. Misses the first.
Chicago Cubs haven't always had good years. You know, they're like the Eagles, how we were in the 80s and the 90s. Even though the Eagles, we had Cunningham still, Buddy Ryan and all them. Eagles, we still struggle.
Second one
Oh,
goes.
very long.
It's a 1 of 2 trip. Oh, Capella up
Hey!
to block it. That one out of bounds off a rocket.
Dang. Blocked me. He blocked me. I was going for the dunk and he blocked me. And good defense for Houston. All right, well, I gotta get a shot off, man.
Now
Right here.
Chicago fans are mad again cause of the double doink laughing.
That misses with 3 seconds left. So a tie one as we reach the break in a 1-point game. Let's get you to Orlando where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Instead of the guy in stands that screwed the Cubs years ago.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The 76ers are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers. For the Philadelphia 76ers,
Yes, you are right.
the Rockets aren't down by much after 2 quarters. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up. These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Bench points.
What I found interesting about that half of basketball is how the momentum stayed high even when the substitutions started coming into the game. These guys coming off the bench, from both benches actually, are doing a great job of making positive contributions.
Player of the half.
Simmons really showed off his court vision in the first half. When he's able to get the ball moving like that, his team can be tough to stop. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Harden in possession. His guys now trailing by a point. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender.
He sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Ooh, Chris Paul. 3 for 6 now.
Every NBA player has a superpower. His, obviously, is that depth perception because that trajectory leads the ball to the net every time.
Butler to Anthony. Going to launch beyond the arc. It's Capella who clears the rebound. To Harden from long range. And James Harden, well defended, still gets it to go down.
Okay, I see you throwing the ball like a quarterback in the pocket for the touchdown.
Simmons to Butler for 3. That's off the side of the rim, short. Harden into the front court. They lead it, 4-point game. Not that time. He missed it. To Embiid. Knocked loose. Simmons. Butler. It's Harden to pull down the rebound. Now Paul with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Nothing's going to stop him in pursuit of the basketball. To Anthony. That's out of bounds. Last touch by a Sixer. Now it's Harden at the controls. To P.J. Tucker. Good. Off a spin.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was a look of a 3-point play. You always going in think you rim.
Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Paul with it up top. Up 6. Harden. To P.J. Tucker. Gets it down to Capella. Shot stopped by Embiid. Anthony.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Shot from the lane won't go. Harden with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
To Butler. Simmons. Almost. Unlucky bounce to Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And remember, Ed, they trailed at the halftime. This is not the same team that we saw in the first half. Playing with a new zest for life, apparently.
Changes coming from both sides right now.
76ers, number 17, J.J. Redick. Into the game.
Simmons to Redick. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Redick. Anthony. And scores. Strong take.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA Awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history
LOL.
to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Harden.
Didn't want to wait till halftime.
That's blocked by Johnson.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Yeah, the halftime. Yeah, I always did the halftime show and halftime highlights. Yeah, I know. Yeah, not everybody like to watch that.
Shot by
Some people
Fultz, no good.
Some
Harden
people like
with
to
it up
watch
top.
the game instead of
It's
the
an
highlight.
8-point lead. He was all over him.
Yeah, because the
Knocked
halftime
loose.
show, it does. Yeah, it
Rockets
is
have the
long.
steal.
It's long, the halftime show.
Paul to Harden. He gets it.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth.
This is not good,
Keep digging.
Fultz with the basketball. His
I
guys
know we
trail
would
by
be down,
10.
but not by this much.
Short jumper
This is
off the mark.
terrible.
It's easy. Force guys
God,
into
yo.
low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into
Oh,
stats.
come
It was
on.
all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
God.
Oh, denied.
Oh, we're
As my
playing
old
like we did
teammate
earlier
RJ would
this
say,
year.
stay down.
But you said you're right. Were you talking about me? What I said about Chicago fans being mad?
Raise it up and in.
Ed,
No,
this
I
is
like
like show
Chicago.
and tell back in kindergarten. You show the
No,
ball,
no.
and then you tell them with the easy lay.
Going back to the pre-K days, Jay.
I like
To
Chicago.
Paul.
Yeah.
Watch Carter.
Chicago got a good baseball team. The football team, the Bears is okay. I don't
Harden.
think the Bears have ever had a lot of success. The
Here
Bears.
comes the screen. To Harden.
Oh, shucks. Dang.
Runner here. Won't go down. He missed his first four from downtown.
Let's go,
He
Philly.
finally gets a 3 to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
That ends the third quarter with the Rockets in front. It's been a compelling game
All right,
so
fourth
far.
quarter, we got
The
that comeback.
fourth quarter
Yay,
is
Chicago was
underway.
second best city in America besides Philly being the
Sixers have
first
basketball.
LOL and screw New York LOL.
Yeah, New York. No, I don't, yeah,
Goes to the
you're
left
right.
side.
Yeah, New York.
That's off the side of the
New
rim.
York, New York's okay. I mean, they got a
in
lot
the
of
front
teams
court.
in New York, though. They
Up
got the
5.
Buffalo Bills, they
Tucker
got the Knicks,
down to
they
Chandler.
got Brooklyn Nets,
Perfect feed to set up the
they
basket.
got the Giants.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch
got
something he
Syracuse.
created. I think we just watched
New
the
York got a lot of
epidemic of
sports
passing.
teams, though.
I've never seen something like this before.
know?
It was so contagious. Everybody started to do it.
I'm just
and it
a Philly
ultimately
fan, you
led
know,
to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Ben
I'm a
Simmons
Philly fan, you know,
looking good.
but
4
Chicago,
for 5.
And there's nothing more
Chicago's
mentally
not too
intimidating
far
for
from
your opponent
Philadelphia
than
in
when
a
your
way.
own teammates are
Sports teams
unselfish
is not
and
that
make
far
sure that
off.
you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like
Hey.
Devin Booker did last year.
Chris Paul.
Simmons with it. The
We need a
margin
comeback,
standing
man.
now at 7.
Give me some.
Butler, misfire.
He
And a
admitted
putback
always
slam.
wanted to try
Ooh,
Chicago
that's nasty
deep dish
right there.
pizza, never had it. Have you tried it?
Yeah, I have. I was in
Here's
Chicago.
Or a
Yeah, I
version
had,
anyway.
Up the floor.
yeah, I had some deep dish pizza from Chicago. You ever had the pizza boat?
Here
The
comes the
pizza
screen
boat they have in Chicago. It's real good.
to Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Off the mark.
Yeah, I
With
like
defense
Chicago's
like
pizza.
that, little
The
margin
pizza
for
boat.
error.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical.
All right, 3
keep
minutes,
knocking
3
him off
minutes.
balance.
Down 3 against
Paul
the
into the
Rockets.
front court. Up by 3.
The Rockets. The Houston Rockets. Oh,
Lets
block.
it fly from long range. And
There we go.
stays cold from
Good
deep
defense,
as he
Philly.
misses another one. It's no
Right
good.
there, tie up.
Jimmy Butler for 2. The rebound comes down to Paul. Paul across the timeline. Leads 3. Nice finish at the rim. Now whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia. That's their first of the final 3 minutes.
The
That
only
leaves them
way
with
is try
one
it or
remaining.
close as
And this
there's
is where
only
habits
4
come
5
into
men
play.
also from
Players
Uno
think they can turn
restaurant
that
chain
switch
but
on and
haven't
off
been there.
at their beckoning call, but it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, they used to
That's
have
why
this
coaches
spot
talk
called
about
Uno's
practicing
Pizza.
good habits on a daily basis because they show up in the fourth.
Uno's Pizza was in Philly, Chicago. I think Chicago started that Uno's Pizza franchise. Oh, they got real good pizzas. The small little pan pizzas. Oh, I like it. It's, yeah, the Chicago Uno pizzas. Oh.
Is
Oh,
that
man.
where you had it is at Uno's Pizza?
Yes, I've had a Uno's pizza. Yes, yeah.
Some
I've
lineup
also had
changes
the
now for
Chicago
both
pizza
clubs.
boat. They make you a pizza on the hoagie roll. They make a pizza out of it,
Against Gordon.
like a French bread pizza.
To Embiid. Tough looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Look, the most efficient
right, so we're
offenses
down
are the ones
3,
with the
2
highest
minutes.
number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
Paul to Capella. Ah, the monster stuff.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder
Who
other players
Sixers?
were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were
definitely.
running to the rim. The harder
Oh,
the three-point
no.
shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
You got this, man, there's time.
Beyond the arc for 3. Not that time. He misses.
However, how did he get the rebound?
Another shot won't go either. Embiid says not this
There we go.
time.
All right, let's
Don't
go.
stay on
Oh,
down
we'll
like
do
that
inside
afterwards.
plays. All right, take it
Butler to
up.
bring it up. The deficit now
Okay.
up to 5.
Inside plays. Inside plays.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. There's a chance. Yes. Shot. No good.
There we go. Lovely. Tie the game.
Fires the 3.
Oh,
Off the
my
mark. It's
God.
no good.
Yes. That was the game tire. Oh, my God. He's choking. Come on.
Now on an
Chick.
out of bounds off a Rocket.
All right, Chris Paul ran out of balance. Good.
Good
Good.
blood coming in for both sides.
You got this,
Simmons
man.
to Embiid.
There we go.
Easy pass to the rim.
There we go.
I
Down
remember my
one.
high school coach said one man
All right,
can't
down
beat
one.
5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Harden. Not easy.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, Ed.
to
Right
Butler.
there.
4-3. And Jimmy Butler all in strong.
go.
Catch and shoot three
There we go,
is
Jimmy
good.
Butler,
That's
baby.
what great shooters
Comes
do.
up,
They
six
can
and
miss
down
all the
one.
shots. They're going to take that next one. They just made all the
What a
shots.
slip by Ben Simmons.
Anthony.
Right there, Jimmy
Butler.
Butler.
I
What a
get tired of hearing
shot.
guys
Let's
say,
go,
I
Philly.
was there, I contested a shot. I
Let's
pretty much
talk
had a
about,
hand
man.
in his face. Well, no, you have to change up the game. If a guy is right-handed, he is right eye dominant. Get that hand over his right eye, block his vision. That'll enhance his chances of missing the shot.
Paul to Harden. Clint Capella. He's 3 for 7. Sixers call for time. They trail by 1. Who's it going to be as they get ready for the final shot?
Still got some time. Oh, I'm going to see if it's dropping inside post. We're going to have to score in this possession because they're going to try to hold the ball. Take the last shot. Yeah.
Come on, let's go. I have faith you're a good player.
Okay, let's see what can happen. All right.
Butler guarded by Morris.
I'm going to hold it. Oh, my
The
God!
defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup.
Philly. Oh, my
We got
God!
a timeout for Houston.
Oh,
Let's see what
let's
they
go
come up with.
Sixers.
Down a
That's
point.
what I'm
Here in
talking
the
about,
final
man.
minute.
What a play, a booper. Oh, my God. Let's go, Philly. Oh, man. Got a good luck tip in.
Get the rebound and you win.
Coach is going to shift gears
All
and
right, we got to
adjust his
stop it. Oh, we got to
matchups.
get the rebound.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Now a steal as the Rockets have it.
Oh, my God.
It's the Rockets who are victorious as they just squeak this one out by a point. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Damn it.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets got the win in a nail-biter. The statistic that seems to stand out in 3D is their assists. So many of their points were made possible by their team chemistry, and it was great to see. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Houston Rockets. The 76ers must be devastated after such a close loss. And even though they shot so well from the field, I bet they're only thinking about the shots they missed. This was a tough game to lose. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Game traffic. Field goals.
From an offensive standpoint, this was a quality game. The same can't be said for the defense. But still, it turned out to be an entertaining matchup.
Player of the game.
James Harden is the choice for what you're seeing here, and that's unselfish play. Tight passes, great timing, and an impressive basketball IQ. He earned more respect than what I already have for him.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. These are the top 3 plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a view of the upcoming game for the Houston Rockets. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.